Hey guys, it's Allie. Thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube video. This is my first one. I'm a little bit nervous, so thank you for your support. In this video, I'll be doing a tutorial over this warm tone smoky eye, so if you're interested, keep on watching. Alright, so I'm going to start with moisturizing my face. I think that it's crucial to do this part because if you don't have a moisturized face, then your base can get a little messy. So I love the Buttermilk Moisturizer by Mario Badescu. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that while we get started. This song is actually super funny. I always wanted to do a YouTube channel, but I was like, I'm too busy, I have too much going on, whatever. But this coronavirus, coronacation, as I've been seeing it, has just given me a lot of free time, and I'm playing with makeup anyways, so why not? Also was encouraged by some of my friends and family and a couple of my instructors at cosmetology school. So I am a cosmetology student, and yeah, so this is exciting for me. Okay, so now I'm gonna prime with the e.l.f. Tone adjusting primer. I have some redness, so this is a green primer, and that green just helps to cancel and tone out the red. All right, now I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of the Morphe Prep and Set just to prep a little bit more. I love the way it feels, and I love the way it smells. Okay, so for foundation, I'm using the Sephora, it's the Perfection Mist Airbrush Foundation. So you just kind of spray it on and go with that. I like that. Shake for 5 seconds, and then it does the trick, so. And then I'm just gonna take a beauty blender and just dab that in. This is one of the Morphe sponges. I'm not exactly sure which one. Now I'm going to grab my concealer, Shape Tape. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave those down in the comments below, because I'm always looking for a good concealer. So now I'm going to take some setting powder and just put that under my eyes to bake. We don't want that to move. Under eye creasing is not it, sis. It just is not it. I get a really sweaty upper lip sometimes, so I'm just gonna set my upper lip. If this happens to you, it's what I like to do so I don't sweat my makeup off there. And then I'll just brush it away later. So I like to go on to my eyebrows next. I like to do brows before shadow, just so that if I have to cut out my eyebrows with concealer, I don't mess up the shadow work that I've done. So yeah, there it is. The Morphe 158 brush and the Morphe brow pomade. I'm also later going to use Morphe brow gel to set them into place. So when I do my brows, I like to brush them upward so that I know exactly where I'm going. And then, I don't know if you're familiar with pomade, but a little goes a long way. So you can use brow pencil, brow gel, brow whatever. So I had an unfortunate experience of getting my brow waxed half off once. So I've been filling in my brows for a while now, and they're still not the exact shape that I want them to be. So yeah, and then I like to go on the underneath and just trace that brow and what I've already got here. And then I'm actually going to, I always go up and then I go down. I like to blend upwards so that I can kind of blend that product in a little bit, and then downward so I can see exactly where I want to make my next line, which my friends always make fun of me for this part because I make a weird face, I guess, when I do this, but I really want to make sure that I get that arch where actually is, so. Okay, and then I just brush it all up, and I really lightly, without putting any more product on, go into the front here and just do these little upward flicks, and then I come through here and just finish that out the way that I want it to look. Make sure that you don't have any random bald patches. My pomade matches my hair color, but my eyebrows are a lot lighter, so you can obviously tell if you did not put product in that spot, and it just kind of looks silly. So to avoid that, just make sure you get that all over, and then I like to just run this here. Don't worry about any of the excess there that comes down, because I'm gonna cut them out with concealer ultimately anyways, but that just kind of blends it a little bit at the front. So I'm gonna take my Shape Tape again, and I'm just gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand, like so. And then I'm gonna grab a flat brush if I can find the one I want. This is a really old Wet n Wild brush, but it seems to do the trick every time I need to cut my brows, so I keep it on hand. Yeah, so I'm just gonna put a little bit there, and then wherever there's product that I don't want it, I'm just gonna lightly go over that and follow the shape of my brow just to cut that out. And then it on the top, the same thing. My beauty blender isn't doing what I'm wanting, or if I just want it to be a little more blended, I'll use the JH08 from the Jaclyn Hill brush collection. This is from the Master collection. I'm not sure if it's in the others. I'm not sure, but it is definitely a good brush. It's like really nice and compact, but it's small enough that you can get closer in those smaller areas. And that is one brow done. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other side. Now I'm just gonna finish them with going in using the Morphe Clear Brow Gel. I like this because it really locks them into place, and then I don't have to worry about them moving throughout the day. And again, I like to brush them upward just so that they're very hair-like, and then I'll actually take the bristles and kind of swipe them sideways just so that they all fit in the brow area that's filled in. And then, yeah, so brows are done. All right, so now that brows are all finished, I am going to wipe away my bake. on my face, and then I'll reapply it under my eyes to catch any fallout. So this part of the sponge comes in really handy for this part as well. I can just get a little bit right here and just stamp it to catch any sort of fallout or shimmer or anything that I do. So I am gonna go in with my absolute favorite palette ever. I mean, I love a lot of palettes, but the OG Jaclyn Hill, obviously she's busted and dusted and crusted, but it's so good. This is from the first ever launch of her palette, actually. So I am a huge fan of this palette. I will never get rid of it. Love it to pieces. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with this palette and let's get started. This brush is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH30 brush. This is my favorite blending brush for makeup. I love to put my transition shade on with this and just to go back in and blend out with it. It's so good, super fluffy, and really nice for that. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the shade Creamsicle right here. This is my favorite like transition color for the look I'm doing. I love warm tones. I'm just gonna put that right in here and just kind of blow it out through my whole crease area. Okay, so I'm gonna take the JH32 brush, and this is another one of her brushes from her master collection, and I'm going to take a red shade on this brush. It's this one right here. I can't remember the name. I'm really sorry. But it's one of my favorite colors in the palette. It's super pigmented, and it just helps me really get that like second layer on and really get this shadow starting to blend with all the different colors and layers. So this one I'm not gonna take as far in. I'm still gonna bring it somewhat inward and then just really lightly bring it forward from there. So this creates a little bit of layering, a little bit of dimension in the look. Yeah. And I'm gonna go back in with the JH30 and just kind of blend out the edges on that. I don't want it to be a super harsh line. I just want it to be nice and like smoked out and blended. All right, now I'm gonna be taking the JH33 brush and I'm going to go in with this darker red color to really intensify the outer V of my eyelid. And I'm gonna keep it focused right in this area of my crease and just really bring that outward. And not super far upward because I still want all the dimension up there to be seen. I'm gonna go back through and just kind of blend all of that together. There's no new product on this brush, just using it to blend. So then now I am gonna add a little bit more of that creamsicle color and just put it through right here, just to kind of help add that extra pop of our initial color, kind of just to blend that in. And I like to bring it forward pretty far. Now I am going to take the JH41 brush. This is a really flat brush. I love this brush for packing on shadows. And I'm going to take a couple colors probably. And I'm going to start with SBN, Smoky But Natural in the palette. It is definitely my favorite color in the whole palette. I have hit pan the most on this color. I love it. It's so perfect. Okay, so I'm going to just tap a little bit of the Morphe Prep and Set onto that, just wet it a little, and then pop it on the Okay, so that is the eyelid part of our eye look, and now I'm gonna take just a clean brush. This is the JH05. It's just a small, fluffy brush, and I'm going to wipe away the bake there, just so we can brush away any fallout we've got right here. Okay, so I love to smoke out my lower lash line. Not everyone does, you don't have to, but I think that it really pulls the look together and just adds that extra smokiness. So I'm going to use the JH38 brush. It's just a small pencil brush, and I'm gonna start with the transition color, the orange creamsicle color, and just put that in the lower lash line, and I take it all the way forward. Okay, so now I'm gonna take that same brush with a little bit left over of that creamsicle color, and then I'm gonna add the first red color we put in. I believe it's the shade Applejacks. I might be wrong, it's been a minute. I lost the covering for it, so I don't have all the shade names, and since it's from the original launch, I don't have the packaging that has it on the back. But see how I'm leaving a little bit of that orange by itself? That just helps to kind of show off the dimension. And then the last color I'm gonna do is just that really dark red color. I think this one's called Roxanne. Again, I could be wrong, but I pretty much memorized all of the shade names at the beginning when this palette first came out, so hopefully my memory is not deceiving me right now. And just like on the top part, I'm just leaving this on the outer side of my lash line, and then it will meet up with that top, giving it that really smoked out, blown out look. And then you can go back in with a little pencil brush and just kind of add little specks wherever you want. And there we go. So this obviously is a full eye look right here, eyeshadow wise, but if you want to go just that one extra step, I'm gonna add this Stila Magnificent Metal in the shade Kitten Karma. It's really pretty rose gold color. I love this color, so I'm just gonna pop a little bit of this on that shimmer just to give it a little extra oomph. Now I am going to take the Morphe eyeliner in the shade Ink. I'm a big Morphe fan, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, so this is one of the best eyeliners I've ever used. I haven't had any issues with it drying out. A lot of felt tip eyeliners, for me at least, drying out super quick, and then I can't get that desired wing look because the tip is just not working. So yeah, so I'm gonna look at my mirror for this part so I don't mess up. Okay, so now that the eye look is pretty much finished, I'm going to put on lashes. Obviously, you don't have to do this part. I love lashes, so I'm going to go ahead and put on some false lashes. These are the Kiss Lashes Style 11. My thing is I put on the glue and then give it a minute just to kind of get tacky. I'll kind of shake it around a little bit like this, and then once it's fairly clear, I'll go ahead and put it on, and I grab the middle of it. You can do it with tweezers. I don't have my tweezers with me. They're actually on my night table, but I'm going to put this on and just pop it on that lash line. My final step is I just go through once it's on for a second and I pinch it to my actual lash line. because that helps it to kind of blend down to my lashes. Awesome, and now that both lashes are on, I'm just gonna blend my natural lashes with my false lashes. This is the Essence Lash Princess. Alright, so now that my eyes are all finished, I'm gonna go ahead and do my face really quick. I'm going to go in with, it's the Benefit Blush Bar. I don't know if it has another name than that. It's just a palette. It has a whole bunch of their blushes and then Hoola Bronzer, which is my absolute favorite. Obviously, I'm almost out and I'm gonna need some more. This is the JH02 brush. This is the greatest brush I've ever had for bronzer, contour, anything like that. I'm obsessed. It has this, it's kind of an oval shape. You can see. And it just perfectly fits to your cheekbone. And it's just awesome. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of Hoola on that. For this look, I'm not really gonna contour, just a little bit of bronzer and sculpting to give me that really warmed up, tan, bronzy look. Alright, so the blush that I'm currently absolutely obsessed with is by Kylie Cosmetics. It is called We're Going Shopping, and I love it. It's just a really nice pink. It has a little bit of like a peachy tone in it, but it's just so good, and it really warms up your skin and just gives you that really like sun-kissed red rosy cheek look. So I kind of just stamp in my blush. I like to go in and just stamp it on there on the apples. And then I'll kind of see upward. I call this the C. So I'll just see it upwards a little bit just to give it that extra rosy, and then even just a little on my nose. Not too much. I'm not trying to go for the like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer look, but just kind of warm up that and bring it all together. My favorite part of a makeup look is highlight, because I'm obsessed with glowy and just, I love it. So I'm probably gonna do a mix today. I'm gonna go in with my Jaclyn Hill loose highlighting powder in the shade Extra, and then I'm also gonna go in with the Ofra x Nikki Tutorials Everglow highlight. I love to mix these two, and it's stunning. Before I go in with face highlight, I'm gonna do brow bone and inner corner. For that, I'm going to use this part of Everglow. It's the really, really light one. I love the way it looks in the inner corner and on the brow bone. It just gives that extra pop of something in the look. Now I'm going to take my Morphe 510 brush. This is just from the regular Morphe brushes, classic collection, I don't know. I have the one that came in the Jaclyn Hill set, but it's dirty right now. So this one is the next best option. It's the same brush, just without her name on it. So I just put a little bit of extra in the lid of it, and then get that on my brush, and I'm going to highlight my cheekbones. Now this is the brush I used for my inner corner. It's the JH42 brush. It's super tiny, but it's so good for inner corner and then nose highlighting. So I tend to do a mixture on my nose. I like to do a little bit like this and bring it up, but then I also will go back over it with my 510 brush. So that is all from my Jaclyn highlighting powder, and now I'm gonna go in with the lighter two shades in Everglow and just mix those on my brush. I'll go in. I'm all about a good glow, So I layer my highlighters like crazy. And then I just go crazy on here. Get a little bit on the Cupid's bow. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to lips. I'm gonna go in with the Iced Latte Kylie lip liner, and then the Bare Kylie Velvet Matte Lip. So I overline my lips. I think it's a State, and this is their lip icing in the color Drip. It's just a really pretty gloss. I have no idea where she got it, but she gave it to me and I've been loving it. So I'm just gonna add a little of that. And that is pretty much it for the look. I'm just gonna spray a little bit of the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, chamomile, and lavender. Big fan of this stuff. I think it smells so good, and then it just makes me feel really locked into place. So I'm gonna spray this on. I like to fan it, just make sure it gets all dry. And then I am all set to go. All right guys, so this is the final look. I'll get a little closer so you can see the layered look on the eyes, and then the glossy lip just brings it all together. I like to think that it's a little more neutral with the blended colors. It kind of keeps it a little less red, but it's still warm toned smoky eye. So I'm a big fan. This might not be an everyday look for you, but if this is something you would wear on like a date night or to a holiday, anything, just I would love to see pictures of that. And you can follow me on Instagram. It's at makeupbyally17. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.